It's my most ethical light and love crew. Good to see you here. My angels, my panel, my divine panel. What do you want to say? I asked, shall we talk about organized crime? And I was like, is that a little out of my specialty? We do not know until we dare to find out. So my little fuzzy wuzzies, give me a second. I got a whoopsie. I had to oh my goodness. Oh, I ate a lot today. Okay. Anyway, I asked about organized crime. Should I be reading for it? And I got this in reverse. Okay. I was like, the ace of what? Oh, it's the ace of magicians in reverse. So yeah, duh. Okay. And then it fell after I picked these two cards, the header cards, on my doing side upright. So it's like, Sherlock. You know? Got it. And I'm being followed, like, by some random people that you wouldn't suspect, like, undercover people, like, there's this person that was super inquisitive that, like, swooped up right behind me in line at this brewery because we had, like, a work outing. And it was, like, kind of unsuspecting, like, oh, you know, you kind of blend in with her, like, she's not going to suspect you, whatever. You just go to this college nearby, and you're just, like, you're just standing alone, so you're just doing a Q&A. Do you know how many times she asked what company I work for? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Yeah, like that was the most, like, she had to latch into it. But the funny thing is that somebody from work also, like, was ended up, like, standing by me or whatever, and anytime she asked, I looked straight at him for an answer, and, like, he knew how to curtail it. And I was like, oh, look at that. I learned 2 things in one day. What? In one instance. 2 birds with 1 stone for sure. The way people play stupid. Seriously. Anyway, 2 of Swords, the shaking of the hands, my dear, and the High Priestess in reverse. Holy smokes. This is excellent. So I have major pull on the undercurrents as far as, like, how to crossroads, but also block them. What the heck? But this is kind of like organized crime too, looking at this with the High Priestess. Like, when somebody is absolutely unruly with their energetics, and they end up losing it, you know what I mean? They have losing it right here, they lose it right here, they lose it, like, all over. And so you know, they end up just being a holder of energetics, like, of, like, certain power and esteem and credibility that doesn't really even belong to them. They're just like the carry, like basically a hacky sack for the universe to wherever it actually belongs. Like, so I know the hacky sack just, like, kind of moves around, but this is kind of like, this is oh, this is master number 22. Derps. There's something about, like, the Omega sign with the way 2 is upright and upside down. I have to kind of like that. Hold on. No, it's not. It's some kind of Greek sign with 22, like, upside down, like, facing each other. I don't know. Anyway, here this is definitely some deals that are made to block. And, you know, I'm wondering, like, is this reading something that's supposed to be more like, because it doesn't have to be completely, like, bad. Organized crime could mean something that just goes against the rules, and the rules are absolutely faulty and foul. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, people are here. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see. What do they say? What do they say? The magician says, the moon card. Oh, the ultimate manifester. I'm doing great. You're doing great. Pat on the back, both sides. It's good. What were we talking about again? manifestations. Oh, yeah. So yeah. So they could be like, you know, faulty and foul rules. So, you know, organized crime could be, you know, good stuff. And I kind of feel like that. I really feel like that. Because the High Priestess, after that, Master number 22, this is undercover shoes. So I think that's where, like, I kind of got a hint, like a little flavor of it. You know, when you're, when you bake something, you're like, what is that? What is that ingredient? What is that ingredient that you put in there to make it like so? What is that? What was that, sour cream? Like a dabble of it? Or was it like, I would never guess. Is that nutmeg? Is that star anise? What is it? Tell me your secrets. Maybe some people are like that. But High Priestess in reverse for sure. With these like record deal makers and breakers for sure. Circuit breakers. That's what I'm hearing. Like electrifying. But look, the moon card after the High Priestess in reverse, like who's pulling who for sure. So there's I got a great deal of pull, honey. And I guess I don't realize it. I mean, I think it's a really good thing that I don't 100% realize it in certain now moments. Like the now moment, that's where it's supposed to be like blast off, is reserved just for that. Like when it happens, this is gonna happen in the way it's supposed to happen. But for right now, it's kind of good that like I'm kind of green to certain things that I am well versed in, but don't realize it just yet. And so I think that's good. You know, it's not just like to keep me humble, because I don't think really that's the problem. Like that's a problem. I found my cowbell. Eye to eye. I know where it is now. Anyway, what were you saying? Yeah, I think it's really great that I don't know it really 100% yet, because like the wonderful like surprise thing is, you know, the discovery mode, and it's part of the reward system. So the moon card, what number is that? 18? Yeah, 18 here and 22. Okay. So that's weird. I mean, even whether we look at master number 22 or 18 and 2 and 2, we still got 22 back to back. Like, so that's like quadruple 2 on there, you know, basically. I just feel like that's crazy. Actually, not only do we have master number 22 and angel number 2222, but also 1822. In fact, I think 1822, if you look back historically, there's something that happened there that is of great significance. I don't usually get that, but I feel like it right here. All right, organized crime. What's going on? What do you want to tell me, my panel, pertaining to me? Yeah, so like with this, you know, the hint, the flavoring of what I'm supposed to, you know, talk about an organized crime. It's not about like digging up really, maybe I'm supposed to dig up dirt, but I don't think that's like my vibe. I think that's other people's vibe, and that's not trash talking. That's just kind of like, you know, people have their thing, and I think certain things are good to have as their thing. But this is, for me, I really feel like I'm not supposed to focus in that arena. My thing is more of finding out the other realm. They want me to focus on, you know, a different vibe, a different subset of energetics, and so they're saying revolution. 6 of Cups, yeah, for sure. This is setting up your shrine. Is this shrine appropriate way to call it? Altar, holy smokes, because shrine felt like so commercialized, like you're reviewing, like, oh, you know. And this is, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just, like, but it's less, there's less of a dramatized dramatization of it, and more of like a romantic, like nostalgic feel, more of like incense rather than I don't know, all the bells, whistles, and candles, and you know, that kind of thing. So this is not making a show out of it, but more of like a welcoming presentation. Why we go there, I don't know, but we got a kin energy, and this is ancestral roots. And so there's, you know, this is not really about digging up stuff. This is different, like getting your, like, clawing into the dirt, you know, like it's very refined when you're doing like archaeologist work. So there's like little brushes and little like sifting here, and you know, it's like kind of dental work on the ground. And so that's a different kind of digging up. Okay. Oh, so what are we talking about? Organized crime? What are we I bet people are really interested on like, what is that? Like, what is she gonna come up with there? Is it even gonna relate? Of course it is. Of course it is. I don't know how it's going to like turn up, but it's turning up already. I mean, like that it's doing good. Okay. Organized crime. What do you want me to say about it? Pertaining to me, because like what, I should be able to speak to it, right? So it's got to pertain to me. Okay. So oh, my panel. What do you want to say about organized crime pertaining to me? That is the one. It fell on the bottom. It's 2 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse, and the Queen of Cups in reverse. We've been seeing the Queen of Cups repetitively in reversal a lot lately. And the 3 of Swords in reverse lately. And the 2 of Pentacles. Like, dude, what is going on? You know what this is like? This is like in your waking life, you're getting certain messages and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Then you like go to sleep, you dream about some variation of it, and then you're like, what the heck? And then you have this repetitive dream, like it comes at you, until you like understand, like it all clicks together. That's what it feels like when I get themes like this. There's something more to learn. There's like nuances of how to see things, and you know, it's so what is this telling me? What are you telling me with this organized crime? Oh. So one thing that's important, that's kind of like tongue-in-cheek, like dry humor almost, is it's like this sobering reality, like a different angle of humor, where when you're working in like the world of like justice, and within spirituality, and understanding these mechanisms, the dynamics, all of that, like what they're saying here is there is, number one, no heartbreak in it, because you see the reality of it all. However, don't get like disillusioned, or like don't get too down about the imbalances that you see in the undercurrents. You know what I mean? Like, one thing that you can say as a matter of fact is that in seeing these things, the heartbreak is no more. I mean, I can speak at least for myself in that, in looking at these things, we judge it, how do I say it? We see it as a specific energetic, like an energetic slot, or a slit rather. And so when we see that kind of latch on to, how do I say it? When we see things that are naturally disappointing in our environment, whether we hop here or there or stay in the same arena. There's something about the link with ego. It's like, why do I keep, it's like, you know, like Nancy Kerrigan, like, oh, why me? Why me? And I'm not making fun of her, but it's just kind of the overkill of attention spent on, like, how do I say it? It's not to say that you're not something special. It's more like, this happens to a lot of people, right? And it's not to incur a sense of jadedness. This is more like, it happens everywhere. And when you see that as like a factual thing, you kind of, it's easy to like separate yourself from it. It's just like, you know how they say, I don't know you from Adam. You could be just some Joe Schmo, that kind of thing. So saying something like that, like that energetic placed into certain realities, it's like, when you notice, like easily notice things that are happening on the undercurrents, you can't get too like attached to these things. Like, things are in flow, things are in movement, even the things that sink to the bottom, even when there's heavy weighted egos or heavy weighted depression, whatever it is, you like, everything has its own natural place in the world. So that place where like it gets swayed and in the undercurrents and sifted or whatever, that's where it belongs. It has its own thing. So why are you going to complain about a thing that has its own thing? You know what I mean? That's what it's looking at. Like, this is just like swing, kind of like, it's just, you know, things are not in balance, or like, how do I say it? Things are kind of being sifted out in the bottom, in the undercurrents, right? Just like, so why am I going to get upset with a shifting here and there, with like flip-flopping, double talking, etc.? Like, you know, like, why would I get upset over a certain reality of, it is how it is for that is thing, you know, that particular sentience? What is that for that energetic? So why would I get upset about it? You know, why would my ego get like inflared about those things? And so looking at like, this is a very important part of the journey in learning, to not get attached. Like, you know that you're attached when you have so many, like, you're so invested over things that are just kind of non-essential to you, other than like just passing by. And yeah, so there's that. It's an important lesson just to understand like how to move through life with more ease, with more enjoyment, and to be more not just functional but effective, especially when we're looking at the realm of organized crime, right? When you're working, organized crime is definitely done in a grouping. So when you look at those interdependent dynamics, we're not focused on the dependent part too much, but how do I say it? Because everything has its own like is thing, and but like, there's something about a cleansing here. I don't know. I know not everybody's going to get this, because this is kind of really hard to, it's becoming complex to explain. I don't know, I got some like a little vampire like Transylvanian thing there. But this is a realm of observation and being in it. It's kind of like the Hanged Man, but again, Houdini, Hangman, but underwater. So you notice like all of these things sifting. And the things that go over your head are actually like sifting, like the bottom dwellers. You see like all this life. And this is a very good observation to see things like this is kind of, what do you call it? Learning street smarts. And it's wonderful to see that like in a more like corporate office environment, which not everybody has the advantage of doing. And once you're in it, you don't feel like it's a fucking advantage. Like, fuck you, you know? It's kind of like that. But then when you see it like um in unexpected forms, that's an ultimate advancement in seeing things that are, you know, not just within subtleties and the amusement of it all, but it's knowing that the visuals, the optics, can carry like a huge realm of illusion, trickery. And I think that's kind of why some people have like an issue with me, especially when they first meet me or like bump into me or something. I think that's what like so I think that's kind of like the natural inclination of not to trust, and you know that's fine, it's whatever. But I've I've seen enough to, and I'm learning very quickly as things are progressing. So this part about organized crime and seeing how people disrespect or respect my energy, it's very enlightening, which, you know, this only adds to the mission, to make it more possible to accomplish. And it's weird because like when you think like of these undercover spiritualists, like these undercover like organized crime, all of that, that is meant to be for the greatest good, you think like, okay, it's going to be like X-Men or something, and you're going to be a new recruit, you're going to be like in this classroom with your like-minded like people, and there's actually going to be simulations that you know that are going to be simulations. Like, you know how fire drills, like they tell you, you know, what's up before it actually happens, kind of like that. So it's like you would think that would be like, oh, here's an invitation, or like, you know, something that would be kind of more formal and recognized. But no, people have their hidden ways of doing things. So they'll learn, like the simulations are kind of like, they really put you out like, well, let's get this major asshole and link them up with this person to see, like, you know, like we know like exactly what this person is going to like put up this other person to do. So, you know, let's add this stuff to the pot and see like how she learns. We'll just watch over, and if there's any big trouble, we'll get in there and we'll show what some real fuckery is. But like there's stuff like that, you know what I mean? So I think that's where my life is going, especially with like all these randos. Like I fucking just went to a brewery that I haven't been to in years. It's part of my old life, which, you know, was just kind of like tagging along. I didn't even realize that I was a wife that was a tag along. But anyway, those days are no more. They ain't no more. But you know, and then because it was a couple of people's birthdays from work, and then falling in line, just like, and then somebody like swooping like right behind me and like, you know, like being conversational, and me just like not knowing. So just until like the questions, like it was so weird. Bottom of the deck, justice. Oh, look at that. Freedom fighters. And then bottom of that, the Hierophant in reverse. Oh, talk about that. Look. Justice fell in reverse on my right side, my right foot. But yeah, this is justice, like, under, yeah, that's what we talking about. But, like, the more I do, the right foot is telling me, like, you have to be very discreet and undercover, Tina. I don't know. Is that right? What's beneath that? Ace of Swords, nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth. I think what they're saying is with this justice in reverse is you really have to go, like, was it balls out? Why would they say it like that? Like, balls out creative and making things happen. So if what is this saying here? But, like, that's 8, 5, and 1. Okay, 851 is a new number. The angel number here. Yeah, this is very untraditional here because the traditional form of justice is an 11. So there's something about cracking the egg too. Oh, you see what's peeking up right there? Temperance. And the, is that the top of the deck? Let me see here. It is Temperance, and it is a freaking rainbow. Look at that. That's crazy because it was peeking out and all I just saw was that, right? So then I didn't realize that Temperance had a freaking rainbow, but look, that's the other end. Oh, right there. Look at that. Pot of gold. Pot of gold is being imbalanced, chill, like, can celebrate with others, can play well with others, can play well with self, and is not gonna, like, get so fucking bored that you end up, like, being, like, what do you call it? I don't know. This is a bad way of saying it, but, like, you know, smart people, like, if they don't know what to do, they get, like, they get fucked up, right? So, you know, you can play nicely with self too. Anyway, other end of the spectrum right over here, justice. That's amazing. So organized crime is doing great in this neighborhood, let me tell you. Okay, pertaining to me, what do you want to tell me about organized crime, Goddess Kali? Because you kind of like this topic. I don't know why, but yeah. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. So you just let, what they're saying, let the music play. Let it just, let people lay themselves out for sure. Let them pretend like they're at a beach and they lay themselves out, you know? Knock yourself out, honey. That's what she's saying. Kali just moved to New York. To the East Coast, Kali. Yeah, she's just like, knock yourself out, honey. Don't do the work for them. Don't micromanage. Let them engage in their own fuckery. Well, you know, just wear them out. You know, like in boxing or whatever, you wear out the other contender because they're just like, you know, putting out all, you know, they're all. And I feel like usually those energetics are rookies, like they just started, so they got all this energy, yeah. And you know, it's a lot of the front, but then, you know, some of these, like, what do you even call it, matches. I'm not talking shit about it, but I'm just saying some of these matches, like, have become, like, everything has been so, like, commercialized and politicized or whatever that it's almost become like wrestling. Like, there's certain fakes, like there's certain agreements where, like, okay, you'll drop out round 3 or whatever, but you have to really, you know, it's that crazy. Anyway, got off on a tangent. Sure, it meant something, but you let them knock yourself out, honey. Yeah. Thank you, Kali. I told you. She's insane. The intellect, the humor. I mean, like, humor is, like, a good, like, indicator of absolute intellect. For sure. Growing intellect. It's not absolute because absolute is, I think, a defined number, right? A defined measurement. Maybe her absolute moment is, like, a constantly now, like, growing moment. But anyway. All right. Okay, so Freya, what do you want to say about, you know, organized crime with regards to me? I wonder what she would say. 6 of Swords. Chill. She says she's got my house and home, like my realm of sustenance and consuming. Like I'm always gonna be able to put me. Oh, this is so sweet. You know, like when you're in this arena, you're taking like calculated risks, like not just every day, but you know, at random turns that you don't even realize that you're kind of putting yourself at risk. You're just kind of just following through. You hear the motorcycle? So, there are times where I don't worry, like, or that I do, but that I, like, this doesn't even have to be a subconscious thing, is what she's saying. Like, you'll always be able to put meals on the table. You'll always be able to, like, not just yourself eat, but like your kids too. You'll always have a roof over your head. You'll always be protected in that arena where you can sit on a fucking blanket. Like, you're not gonna be asked out, Tina. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be sitting on, you know, a dingy, dirty, like, floor. You're going to be able to, like, have some kind of coverage. You know what I mean? Like, that's what she's ensuring. So, in finding that calm, you can always find it in the basics, because, that's where you'll absolutely, like, the essentials is exactly where you will always be covered. Undoubtedly, no matter what. Yeah, it's secured. That's cool. That's good. Your family. I mean, this is a hidden Six of Cups right here with, like, the family right there, you know? Okay. Thank you, Freya. All right. Anubis, what do you want to say? I was going to tell you, Athena is coming up in my, like, for real, in real life symbology towards her. Anubis, I'm keeping you in queue. Okay. But Athena, her, like, the spirit totem for her are spiders. And these are, like, spiders that, like, I can tell the difference with spiders, but like, this, oh, how do I say it? Within, okay, at around, like, 4 o'clock, and then again at around 7:30 or 8. So within, like, a 5-hour or less time span, I seen 2 teeny itsy bitsy baby spiders, like, just, like, randomly, like, creating their web across the way, and they're just minding their own business. They're like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo." Like, those things should be scared of us, like, big freaking giants, like, that can just, like, you know, like, there's, but they're just like, you know, I do my own thing, creating my own little web, and to go from, like, yay to over they, you know, like, it's crazy. That was the first one, like, after work. Second one was when I was getting myself some tea, and it was just, like, randomly, like, from the like, I was just standing there, and it was just right there, like a little, like, you know, dandelion, like, seed, you know, it was just there. It was like, first it was going down, and it was going up, and it was going down, soy. And then I was like, I was just admiring it. I was like, oh, Athena. I usually don't get that, right? And then so I stood back. I decided to step back, okay, and see it do its thing. And then it drifted. It fucking drifted. It was so weird. And then somebody passed by, so then, like, along with a swoop of air, it, like, vacuumed it into her. But it was a very, very tiny, tiny speck. So that Athena is clearly creating a message to me. She's kind of like a dream weaver, I feel like. That's the song I'm getting in my head. But something about, like, seamstress and like a homemaker, protector, so warrior, So I gotta look her up because I gotta refresh on like what all of that symbology means. But Athena made her appearance, and I think she's on the panel. Let me go ahead and ask. You know what she's showing me? Like, there's something about like this is war. It's a declaration of war. For her to come to me like that, holy smokes, that isn't a threat. That's a known ally, and especially to come to me in that symbology. I don't even know what to say. Like, she already knows me and like what captures my eyes, so my attention. So Athena, first off, okay, Athena, I have Anubis in queue. I want to be polite, so I want to be proper. So I just wanted to say that bit. Let's get to Anubis first, and then I'll get to you, okay? Thank you. So Anubis, what do you want to say about organized crime that pertains to me? Thank you for your patience, darling. Judgment, oh my gosh. Judgment, oh dang. Maybe that belongs to Athena, because like, dude, double X for sure. I didn't know whether I should interrupt. I was just doing the mechanics of like human, you know, stuff. But oh, that came along with it, the package deal. 6 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands. Yeah, you don't need to show up to everything. We got it covered here. This is an ultimate reciprocation. Like, karma is coming back like a super bitch. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm getting 269 here. Even though this adds up to 35, I'm getting 269. Just because I just know. Anything else that needs to happen? Like, what we need to say here? No, I think that's it for this one. I mean, karma is a comeback. So there's something about like the turnaround here. And I don't know. I feel like it's a combination of Athena and Anubis here, because I really felt like I had to interrupt and say something about it, just because you see that it's like a goddess warrior here, but then Anubis is like final decision, right? It's about the carryover. This is something that's struck with finality, like death, you know. There's something about that there. Okay, Athena, what do you want to say? Thank you, Anubis. Maybe I just got things a little jumbled up there, but like, okay. Athena will straighten things out for me, like, if I kind of jumbled that up. I'll leave it up to you, so it looks like you're doing the buddy system. Athena, what do you want to say about, first off, what's your message to me? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Do you see that? That is like a triple X. I feel like underground, the whole deck is in my favor. You see, that's the cover of all of that, right? Underground for sure. Yeah, I do feel it. I do feel like it. Yeah, I feel like that. All right, Athena. Because usually if it's in reversal, it's not in your favor. But following this, it's gotta be. And so much so that it has to be done, like, it has to be said, like, undercover, under wraps. Like, Athena, what do you want to tell me about organized crime, pertaining to me? Two of Cups in reverse. It's gotta be. I mean, I'm talking about undercover, it's in your favor. There's, facilitators that make that happen. Yeah, something about it being magnified underground. Like the echo, whatever's not really heard out here, it's echoed twice as much, at the very least, underground. Because judgment, and then it's like the ×2, you know, down below. There's something about it where it's not just said once, it's not just affirmed, you know, for the second time, but there's an echo of it. That's weird. So it's weird. It's like, I don't need to travel that far. My voice is heard, like, at a distance. If I can say, like, right here, and it'll reach all, like, the empty, like, caverns of here and there, like, all it the vibrations from here to there are just as heard within the same context as if it were, like, right over here. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's something about the reach going super duper far. You know what it reminds me of? They just showed me, in Lord of the Rings, when they're at, like, I forget what castle it is, but the I forget what's their names. Like, the mischievous brothers, the friends, they got a little clumsy and they bumped into something, like, I don't know what, but something fell down a deep well, and it just made, like, they were supposed to be very, very quiet, but it just kept going and clanking and clanking and clanking, and it woke up, like, all of the, you know, dark energies that were there. Like, was it trolls? I think it was. Gosh, it's been a long time. But yeah, it's something about that echo that goes deep within the crevices, the realms of. It's really strange. I mean, like, look at the darkness. Holy smokes, what the heck? And that's following the darkness that comes from the skies with the. That's a lot. Yeah. All right. So thank you, Athena. Archangel Raphael, what do you want to say about organized crime relative to me? Nine of Cups. I asked Archangel Raphael, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is fulfillment. Like, where I can attribute that to my cosmic kin. You know, those beyond the veil, those that are those energetics that are beyond me, that assist me. Like, it's like, I can't take credit for all the things that I do on here, like the things that I develop here. It is definitely teamwork. It is, they're energetics that I am not, like, 100% consciously aware of. How do I say it? Like, cognitively, I think there are some, like, human blocks as far as like how I learn certain things, how we all learn certain things that I just know are out there, but at the same time, like I don't, how do I say this? I know that I have helpers, but they're like far, like these are, you got to think really way out there to really understand it. But like I know that they exist. And the weirdest thing about that is that I'm not trying to know that they exist. I just know they exist. I first believed them to exist, but now like I just know it. Because the more accolades that I give them, and the more that I like bring in that energetic cord, like broaden it even and fortify it, that there is such an existence that, and not just that, but they deserve accolades. Whether or not I ever get to meet them in this lifetime, um, it's I know that it's very real, and so they grant me all of these like wonderful um gifts of not just what, especially like the what do you call it, the byproduct of it is great companionship, but also like excellent, like impeccable teamwork. The output is freaking amazing. So that's awesome. Why did we get there? I don't remember why we got there. Oh yeah, giving accolades. So Archangel Raphael is saying, you know, as a healer, this is a very well networked healer. I mean, if you do an excellent job at what you do as far as a healer, you're automatically going to be in the good graces of whatever walk, like whatever walk of life. Definitely. So it's just having gratitude for that. Like it's just absolutely feeling blessed, and offering up blessings as well, in reciprocation, like just the acknowledgement, you know what I mean? um yeah, so there's that. As far as organized crime, um so this is different because this is not just like what Robin Hood, you know, kind of storyline. This is what do I say? When you think of like a revolution or reformation, there's automatically like what's perceived to be like hard times attached to it. However, this vibe gives more accolades and more respect, more like honor and more attention um, to all of like the hidden value, right? Um, you get soft skills along the way, of course, that become hardcore, but it's how do I say it? Just all these wonderful things that you wouldn't even think to like um wish for in a regular reality. You know what I mean? Like I'm thinking about my old lives, you know, like how I used to be from, you know, when I was over there, when I was over there, when I was over there in my um in several chapters. And like this is this is really awesome, like how things just come together so naturally, and how the variety adds to overall context. Like it becomes a segue into another realm. So like all these portals of sentience are attached together to like and so I don't even know how to describe it other than like that visualization where it's like back to back to back to back. These portals that like are kind of like you know, like twisting, like, connecting, you know, like threaded within each other, you know? So it becomes like this DNA, like multi-strand, not just like, what is it, double helix, triple, whatever. The binding is almost like a, almost like a whirlpool. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, it's kind of like that. It has its own vortex, with all these portals attached, and it's just awesome. So it's like, yeah, Archangel Raphael is just saying, you know, when you heal one world, just like every relationship kind of bleeds into each other, it enhances the other, and then the other, and the other, and the other. And it's not just like, okay, knock that one down, then there's another one, you knock that one down. These things are all living sentience, you know, so it's this ongoing relationship, this dynamic where you're not just adding to like one pot and then moving on to the next or whatever. It's kind of like an evergreen tree, you know. It's it becomes more resilient, you know, as you move along. So there's that. That's cool. And that's good because, well, talking about the heart chakra, right? All right, okay, that was a lot. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. All right, Archangel Michael, what do you want to say about organized crime pertaining to me? Swing. What is this? 8 of Pentacles. Mastery. Brava freaking ho. I mean, that's basically destiny right there. You see how it's arranged there? And then right there. Or the Wheel of Fortune, anyway. So this is talking about fortune. Oh, they're saying... what my job is, like the mastery of what my practice is. I'm currently earning a fortune. Like it's happening. It's just going to get more and more and more and more magnified. Like anything else that is like the gold, it has its own color scheme. Like it has its own theme song. It has its own vibe. Like anything else would clash with it. Like this is this is ultimate coordination of all efforts. There's nothing that falls out of place here. It is almost like perfection. Baptismal almost. You see that? You see like the white, like what do you call it, lacy thing going on there? It's baptismal. It's therefore freeing, like cleansing at the same time. That's interesting. Organized crime. Yeah, so what I'm doing is kind of like organized crime where it's almost like stealing home base every time that you accomplish things. Like, yeah. So that's what that is. Organized crime pertaining to me. Thank you, Archangel Michael. All right, what's my ultimate takeaway? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? What do you want to say? That's the one that wants to say 21, the World card in reverse. What does that mean? What do you mean, Jelly Bean? What are you trying to say to me? Oh, she's holding the necklace. What the heck? It's constant creation. It's a new loop. It's a new loop, you see? That's, what? So every time I make something, it's always with the inclusion of my ancestors. You see the 4 of Wands lit right there? The fire right there? And those are the roots that are showing. Your roots are showing. Yeah, that's what's happening. This is a new cycle. But it's kind of like a suspended cycle where from here on out, like, it just goes. Like, everything just goes. Oh my gosh, I just felt like a very strong, like, pinprick right here. Whatever amount that is, I felt that, like, almost like an electrocution. It's crazy. It did feel like a jolt, you know, like like an outlet kind of thing, not like a pinprick or like fangs. It felt like, what do you call it? Electricity, like, specifically. That was weird. How did that happen? What was that for? What did I even say during that time where I felt it? That's gotta mean something. I've never had that before in that area. Okay, so that's my takeaway. What's the clarifier for that? Just because of electricity. Holy smokes, I never... Ace of Pentacles! Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. You see, like, it's lifted off the dish. What the heck? That's so crazy. This is like a flip book. Look. Like, Mastery created it. Offered it up. Like, as I created, also my ancestors, like, helped me out with it. It's ongoing loop. You see, it's lifted off of there. Talk about a launch, a lift off. That's crazy. All right, so we got the bottom of the deck, Justice. Did we get the top of the deck? I don't think so. Oh, yeah, we forgot. What? I don't remember turning... Maybe I did. Yeah, I think so. But it's still Temperance. Oh my god, I'm feeling it again right here. Whoa, what is that? What is it? There's a super electrical charge. I don't even know what that means in palm... I almost said palmology. Palmistry. I gotta look that up. Anyway, homework. Yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for all donations provided and light and love that reciprocate equally and abundantly. Thank you so very much. Blessings, definitely, to return upon to you. I call back all my power, all my energetics to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, and then to be refortified within me. No bother, no hassle, but all bonus points included. Thanks so very much. Now, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas to assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading. Now,